welcome to a new vlog. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell from the background if you've seen my last video, but I'm actually in my day hotel room in Sydney at the airport. I'm gonna fly to Qatar today. I'm actually going to leave Australia, and I've talked all about this emotional roller coaster and documented kind of my whole day, doing all the goodbye stuff here in Sydney on the last vlog. So if you're interested in that, to see me cry like a baby and be super emotional, then definitely watch this last vlog. But in this vlog particularly, I want to kind of review my flight with Qatar Airways, because supposedly, if you don't know, Qatar Airways is the best airline. We will see about that. I'm very picky when it comes to airlines, so if I love them, that means something. But yeah, I'm actually leaving tonight at 9:45 p.m, which is pretty late. So that's why I've used this day hotel bedroom, which I can 100% recommend doing that if you ever have to have, what English was that? If you ever have to wait an entire day for your flight and you don't have nowhere to go except the airport, then definitely book yourself some nice day hotel bedroom. It's really practical, and I think personally I prefer it more to a lounge, even though I never had a lounge before, but yeah, just say. Anyways, so yeah, I'm flying with Qatar Airways 15.5 hours from Sydney to Doha, which is my longest flight I've ever taken, like the full-on direct flight. I've obviously been on trips or like on travel days that were longer than that. However, this is my longest flight I will ever take, or until now, I guess. And I'm very excited because it's the A380, which is my favorite plane because it's like so spacious. And if you don't know, I'm actually 5'11", and that's 180 centimeters, so I'm very tall. That means my legs are always like this, cramped. I never feel comfortable in a plane, except like in Emirates and at the A380, or maybe in Qatar, I don't know, in A380, we will see. But I'm always happy when I have an A380, especially on long flights like this. And yeah, we're gonna test if Qatar Airways really is the best airline. We will see. So I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let's do this.
Let's set the tone, a bottle of red wine and pheromones.
So far it's been amazing to see this, so I actually have a room to myself, which is lovely. I think they're gonna start serving dinner now. I actually have pre-ordered a vegan meal just because like always get like vegetarian vegan meal stuff when flying, but like I just want to show you the toilet. It's very clean, let's just say that.
and you get together, you and I. We vibing like
Hi guys, I've been editing the past hour and I had like, I think less than 5 hours to landing. I think like 2 hours before landing we're actually getting breakfast. In between we're getting a lot of food, like just snacks and a lot of drinks, so this is really amazing here. I think even though I have a road to myself, I just can't sleep. It's not about like comfortable, it's just I can't sleep, I don't know why. So I'm pretty drenched, and my body feels very sore and just like, I want to get out of the plane, to be honest. But yeah, less than 5 hours and then we're gonna be in Doha. Then I have to wait another 5 hours for my hotel room to be ready, which is, yeah, whatever. It's been a long day. I think in total it's gonna be like 48 hours since I woke up and then until I arrived. It's crazy, but yeah. Like complete shit. Oh my gosh, I made it to Doha. I made it into my hotel room. I'm gonna show you the entire hotel room and everything in the next vlog, but for now I just want to end this vlog. But before I end it, I just want to say my final thoughts on Qatar Airways. I personally think it truly is the best airline, and even though this was a really exhausting flight, I mean, like you can see it from my face, I'm like done. I have slept in the past 2 days for only 5 hours in total, so I'm like, I feel like shit. However, it was a really great flight. The service from Qatar Airways is truly the best. They constantly went through and gave us something to eat and drink. At one point I was like, I cannot eat anymore, I cannot drink anymore. It was just a bit too much, but that's really great because at some airlines that doesn't happen, you know. They give you food obviously, but they don't go through the aisles all the time and ask if you want something, and I think that's really nice. Also the staff was super friendly. For example, I slept through breakfast and they just put it next to me, which was really sweet. They just didn't pass me, you know, it's just because I was sleeping, and they didn't wake me up either, so that was really nice of them. Also the vegetarian food, the breakfast wasn't really mine, just because it was I don't know, potatoes and then lemons and mushrooms. Why would I eat a lemon? But okay, it's fine. So that wasn't my cup of tea, but that's, you know, me. And but the dinner was very good. Vegan food, I can recommend it if you're vegan or vegetarian. They didn't really have an option for vegetarians, that's why I opted for the vegan food. But if you're vegan or vegetarian, definitely order it when you fly with Qatar Airways, because it was a great food and you always get it at first. So that's really nice. And yeah, in general it was comfortable. The seats were pretty comfortable. It's the A380, so obviously there's a lot of space, but in comparison, I don't know, maybe it's just in my head. I haven't flown with Emirates for a while, so I remember Emirates having a bit more space in the A380. I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was definitely like Singapore has less space. Emirates, I think, the most space, and then there's Qatar in between. However, it was still fine for a 15.5-hour flight. I mean, I had an entire row to myself, which was perfect. There were other people sitting in 3 pairs, so they didn't have a row for themselves, and I had my own, which was really great. And yeah, that's actually I think it. All I can say for Qatar Airways. I'm gonna fly with them again from Doha to Frankfurt. It will be 7 hours, but I think it will pretty much be the same. Yeah, and I can definitely 100% recommend flying with them. Also, the flight that I booked from Sydney to Doha was pretty cheap. I paid like I think 500 euros for it, just for the flight from Doha, from Sydney to Doha, and then from Doha to Frankfurt it was about 150 euros, so not that much. All single flights, of course, because I will not return to Australia. But that's another topic actually, because I will return to Australia, just on another airline, I guess. But I'm gonna tell you all about that in the next vlog, what my plans are and stuff. But yeah, so I think it's a pretty cheap option to get from Australia to Europe and have a great experience, even though the flight is like pretty long. And yes, it is indeed very exhausting, but I think it's worth it to book it, and yeah, also save money, and also stop over in Doha. I can already recommend it, but I will tell you more about the city and everything and my first impression in the next video. So I guess this video was super long, this clip was super long, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next vlog.
I met you in my